Hey, didn't see you there. Come on in. Let's go in the kitchen. Alright, well today we're going to talk about potatoes with my friend, Potato Guy. Or girl. Whatever. Alright, let's get started. So, my plant is the potato. The scientific name for potato is Solanum tubersum. The family of the potato is the Solanaceae. The genus is the Solanum. The subgenus is the potato. Some other fun names that potatoes have from around the world are Papa, Earth Bell, Spud, Truffle, Earth Apple, Earth Pear, Bulb, and my favorite, Horse Bean. Alright, well, let's get to cooking. So I scrub the potatoes and boil them in their jackets. Their jackets, like they wear them? Oh, that's their skin. Okay, got it. Thanks, potato person. Papa, Spud, Truffle, Horse Bean, Champ. That's what we're making tonight. According to traditional Irish cooking, the way Champ went was that the husband would come and he would pound all the potatoes and make sure they were really mashed. And then the wife would come around and she would put a pot full of milk in, and she would put either scallions, chives, or parsley in. And together it would create a delicious dish that everyone enjoyed. And sometimes they would offer Champ to fairies on Halloween. Isn't that cool? I'm guessing that if there wasn't always a wife or a husband around, they probably still found a way to eat potatoes. During the 1800s, the potato played a major role in the tragic event that took place, called the Irish Potato Famine. Ireland and England have had a rocky history for a long time. England tried multiple times to conquer Ireland, and they had differences in religion. The Irish were Catholic and the English were Protestant. In the early 1600s, the Irish Catholics had the majority of their rights stripped away from them by the English Protestant, under the new laws called penal laws. The Irish either left to go to the United States, converted into Protestant, or stayed and dealt with it. Despite the penal laws, Catholicism still thrived in Ireland for a while. In 1801, the British Prime Minister William Pitt convinced the Irish elite to join Ireland, Scotland, England, and Wales into the United Kingdom, with promises that the Irish would have their rights back. The promise was not fulfilled. It was only fulfilled for the elite. The majority of the Irish didn't have any political power. Gosh, I just can't remember the next part of the recipe. Where's my book? Buddy! Well, I can't lift him up. But I think I remember I'm gonna chop up the scallions. Best friends forever. Now I'm gonna chop the scallions. I'm not the most professional chopper, but I'm a work in progress, as they say. Try to do it thinner. How much? 3/4? Okay, got it. The Industrial Revolution happened, but it did not reach Ireland yet, and the Irish were still making their living off the land. Wealthy landlords would buy up all the land, and the land system that the Irish were now living in did not encourage any upward social mobility, and most of the laborers lived in great poverty. In 1845, the potato crop failure, the beginning of the Irish famine, shifted everything in an Irish laborer's life, and it caused the Irish to starve and struggle because they almost completely relied on the potato for food. They became more and more desperate to find work and food, and tensions got worse and worse between the Irish laborers and the English, as well as their landlords. The English often criticized the Irish for not figuring it out themselves and didn't care for them asking for loans, work, or food during these desperate times. Now that these flavors have gotten to know each other, and now that these potatoes are ready to be peeled, let's mash them. Once was a potato, potato, and I went so far as a potato, and I traveled a really long time. Potato, 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 potato.
Careful.
And I traveled so far as a potato, and I was in the ground, and I was a tubersome, and they got me out of the ground. Yes, I was a potato. It's time to mash. We're gonna mash up potatoes, yeah. What do you mean I'm not the husband? Yeah. Gonna put the milk and onions in. So good. Yummy. Do 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 do, yeah. Gonna throw some butter in. Man, good thing I have all my big strong muscles to mash all these potatoes. Okay. The fungus that destroyed these crops was called Phytophthora infestans, also known as blight. There were some failed attempts to tend to the major issue, like having the Irish do harsh work projects for money. Scientists also instructed them to try different growing methods and methods to cure the fungus, but it didn't work. They also tried to swap out the potatoes with corn, but there were issues with that working for the laborers as well. The blight continued on the following year, and despite the bountiful amount of food available, the Irish laborers could not afford anything and started dying off in large numbers. Some people tried to help the Irish with soup kitchens and donations from the British Relief Association. The United States offered help as well, but it was too little too late. Most people died from illnesses and malnutrition before they died from starvation. Epidemics occurred as people got sick with disease from malnutrition and from bad hygiene. The Irish famine was a sad story where the impoverished Irish were barred from having rights by the English Protestants, and their crops had failed, and over time they starved to death. The truth is, the Irish famine was not an agricultural issue. It was a political issue, and it didn't have to happen. Clean hands. Nom, 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 nom. Potatoes, and then I'm going to show my class. Are you ready, potato person? No? Well, too bad.